Hello, Realtors. It's Les Sulgrove, Statewide Housing Analyst for the Iowa Realtors with your April market report. This month, we're going to start off with looking at month-over-month comparison from March to April. And the areas we want to really kind of focus on in the positive side are these areas on the right here that are highlighted in the green boxes. We've seen an increase in new listings coming on the market. Closed sales have also increased. Days on market on the single-family home sale side has dropped from 16 days down to 11. And on the condo townhome side, we've seen 746 homes come on the market, which is up from 733, and 449 closed sales, which is also up from 381. But let's focus on the three categories here that are basically different from last year in a downward turn, or different turn, I should say, because days on market is going to be considered a little different category here. But as far as median sale price, the median sale price for the single family homes dropped about $5,000 at the end of April, and the median sale price for the condo townhomes was fairly flat. I think it was $235,900 last month, so fairly flat for those. But the days on market on the condo townhomes actually increased 4 days to 23 from 19. So we're seeing a little bit of a slowdown in the condo townhome market as far as time on market, but pricing, what we're seeing all across the state in particular is that sale prices are starting to settle just a little bit. They're not as going up at the same rate that we saw in the same time last year. So this is somewhat of a correction that we've seen. We've basically been in the market at full speed for the last 3 or 4 years after COVID. And what we're seeing is this year we're starting to kind of see the market just kind of slow down just a little bit and kind of settle, which is really good for home buyers because it gives them the confidence that there's going to be homes out there for them to buy. Speaking of homes to buy, we have 8,393 homes currently on the market. That is up just a little bit over last month. If you're looking at the black trend line from last year, this is the month that we started to see an increase in homes for sale, but our pendings last year were not keeping up pace. So the reason why we're seeing so many new listings come on, but yet not see inventory continue to rise at a faster pace is because a lot of home buyers are out this year already, and they're buying up that inventory as it comes onto the marketplace. So if we're going to look at around the state where this inventory is coming in at, I've got the central Iowa market here, the Des Moines Area Association. They have about 2,644 listings currently for sale. That's about 32% of the overall listings. However, if you look at the urban and metro areas, so you consider the larger communities but not rural, for example, that brings up about 4,960 homes for sale, which is about 60% of our listing inventory. So that leaves about 41% of the remaining homes out in the marketplace for sale. So that's a 60-40 balance, metro and urban to the rural communities, and that's a pretty good balance. I mean, you kind of notice up there at the top that 120, that's the Okoboji area. We'll talk about them in a second here. They tend to have a little bit more inventory, but they didn't really jump into the category of an urban or metro market here. So as far as the condo townhomes section here, we did see a little bit of a drop of inventory, 1,980 versus 2,007 from March to April. Again, I think some of that is just the fact that some of the sales are happening at a little bit faster pace. And the metros and Okoboji market here are basically where the condo townhomes are selling. About 87% of our state listings are happening in those areas in the green. If you see a county that is blank, that means that there are currently no condo townhome listings in those counties. As far as sale pendings for the single family homes, again, we're seeing a nice increase, a little bit faster pace than last year, 3,686 pending sales currently waiting to close. That's up over last month at 3,481. And with the exception of January, we have been outpacing 2025. I would expect nothing different as we move into May, June, when we'll see the peak of the summer market. We'll have to see what happens as we get past the summer market here as we move forward to fall. But that's down the road here. So closed sales, we did outpace last year again for the months of February, March, and April. We had 3,006 sales closed just in the month of April. And as you can see, we're going to expect that trend to continue in May and June when we basically hit the end of our peak spring and summer marketplace. So if we have a strong April, May, June, we could actually see this closed sales continue to move upward through the month of July. But typically July is the month where we start to see those sales start to trend downward just a little bit. As far as closed listings go across the state, every county but one so far in the month of April had a closed sale, but the majority of them were in those metro markets. As far as the median sale price, again, we're seeing this all across the state. This is $250,000 as the median sale price statewide versus $253,000, which we were talking about earlier. Again, I think a lot of that is just due to that market correction that we're seeing. If we were going to stay fairly close to what we did last year, we're going to see probably this price go up just a little bit in May and June, but nothing out of the line that, that maybe lower interest rates that we're seeing this year, even though they're still above 6%, they're still lower than they were at the same time last year. And I think that's having some effect on our pricing as well. As far as the median sale price across the state here, this is that same statewide graphic there, highlighting first the two counties that have median sale prices above $400,000. Again, that's the Okoboji market, which is a resort community up there, and also Dallas County in the central Iowa market, which tends to have the higher price listings. If you want to look at the ones that are just between $300,000 and $400,000 in the median sale price, that comprises 6 more counties, and then the balance of the market, balance of the state, I should say, are under $300,000. So the median sale price across the board, across the whole state, is $249,000. But again, that's going to differ based on where you go across the state or what market you're looking in. So where do you find this information? Well, as always, you can find it at iowarealtors.com. Either go iowarealtors.com/housing-stats, or you can come over here to the main menu and click on the news and market stats, and that'll bring you to this page. And once again, when you're at this page, you have 2 sets of graphics to pull from here. You have the Iowa Statistics Infograph, which will show you basically the one side-by-side graphic that we were showing at the very beginning of the show, which is basically just kind of a quick snapshot. You also see here the map view, which you can go down through and click on essentially any of these different little areas right here. You can look at closed sales, dollar per square foot, new listings, condo, townhomes, or land. And then also up here at the top, you can go to the market review, which will give you a year over year, month over month, quarter over quarter, and even actually going back 10 years to 2016 to see what the market trends were. So a lot of graphics we didn't show you today, but you've seen them in the past. Please take time to go to iowarealtors.com/housing-stats. And that's the show, gang. We will see you all again next month with the May report. In the meantime, enjoy the nice weather and happy selling.